Proud boys, peace. I'm to talk to you boys today about semen retention and counting your days. What count you are on? How many days? Are you one on routine who is tracking, taking account of the days that you are on this journey? Or if someone like me, you're accountable for your days. This is my lifestyle. This is the way I live. This is the way I carry myself. It is my culture. After one is practiced semen retention upon this journey, it has now become him. So I, for one, I don't count. I just take accountability and move forward with my life when or if I release. All right. There's a difference, guys. And the mindset and the shift comes when you start to look from a different perspective of semen retention and counting your days. This audio, it comes inspired from a recent audio I just dropped, and someone in the comments left. It was two people in the comments. They left two different people, I should say, in the comments. One was, you have to be on 200 days of semen retention to receive whatever amounts of benefits or a certain benefit, right? And then also someone said, a different person said, 7 years of semen retention is required to receive an additional amount of benefits that goes beyond your normal benefits and things of that nature. But all that to be said, my reply to those of you that are listening right now, 200 days on semen retention and you're counting, if you aren't practicing, if you aren't sharpening your tools on that 200 days, those benefits just don't pop up. And miraculously, you have them. Hence why it is a practice first. Like, basketball practice. You don't just get a jump shot as soon as you step in the gym. It's repetition. You have to take an abundance of shots. Days required to achieve the motion, flick of the wrist, touch. All right? This is practice. So whatever benefits, whatever now your new desire is when you're on this practice of semen retention, and you are looking outside of yours, let me slow down, and you are looking for certain things that are beneficial to your life when you are on this practice. If you are practicing those things, i.e., spiritual practices, all right? Some guys go the other way, for example, and want to tighten up their physique, so they go to the gym. Once again, this is all repetition. Certain things with jump back on the spiritual, praying, meditation. Yes, that has to be a part of your practice if you want to gain certain spiritual benefits. This is true. But when you deal with the spiritual realm, is it to your belief that the spiritual realm is counting the days that you are on semen retention, or are they just holding you accountable by your actions and deeds as you progress in your life? And I'll leave that up to you to answer that question. I know the answer. When you are you are in the lifestyle. This is just who you are, comfortable in your own skin, present in your body. You don't count the days of your lifestyle. You're not counting the days until you perish from this physical form, are you? You don't know that time of when you will expire from this physical body. So why are you counting your days on semen retention? If this is truly your lifestyle. If you stop counting the days, it releases the element of a goal that you want to achieve, i.e., for yourself, all right? Whatever mark it is that you set for yourself. But once you reach that mark, what it is that you actually wanted to achieve. And that's where counting the days matter. But in reality, your life, the shift in your life and your lifestyle, that's what actually matters. So the days don't matter. A recovering alcoholic counts their days. You get me, guys? Let me say that again. A recovering addict, right, counts their days. So shift out of that, I'm an addict. My name is John Williams. I'm a former P addict. And I've been 200 days sober. All right? We got to get out of that thinking, that mindset of counting those days, guys, and move forward with the energy of this is what it is, moving forward to the day I die. You mean to tell me you're going to count the days until you die, and then if you release, start, then all right, I'm going to start over again, and then yeah, I'm going to go another 90 days, and then come on. When does it stop, guys? Now, getting to the benefits, and once again, if you are practicing along your path, along your life, you will gain the benefits. Some may require the 200 days. Some may require the 7 years. Yes, but that's not the playbook. That's who wrote the playbook on semen retention. And if someone has wrote the playbook on what it is, how it's supposed to, no. Listen, if you believe in a higher power, higher source, these things will be added on to you. There's no time frame on it. This is why guys need to get out of the shell of the box of just what semen retention is. And also stop listening to so much AI content on semen retention and deal with someone live and direct who is living the experience with you and not through, and not through generated, operated content. Once again, this is not to throw dirt on that content or go against the content, go against the machine, you dig? But understand when it comes feeling, emotion, actual life experience, someone living, breathing, walking the practice with you and giving you the experience, you rather lie on the machine. And the machine tells you 200 days. This is what it is. The machine tells you 7 years. This is what it is. Somebody live and direct, living, breathing, telling you, meditate, connect to a higher power. If it decides to connect with you in shorter than 7 years, that's upon the higher power. It's about practice and practicing what you preach. And I'm slow down. Straight like this, guys. Stop counting the days, make the days count. The practices that we have in front of us, one being semen retention, if you're connected to a higher power, if you're religious, spiritual, whatever case may be, whatever your power source is, all you got to do is just plug in, baby. Be of pure heart and pure spirit. Let nobody judge you or fault you for what you know and believe in. Straight like that. Be all you can be, guys. That's it. Stop counting the days and be all you can be. One day at a time. The benchmark is you guys' benchmarks. The goal setting is the goal setting and its aspirations. And some of us set the bar high. But to what cost for some of us? If it's your lifestyle, this is what you do. is who you are. You're not counting the days of who you are. I need you guys to get that and understand that. Molding, shaping, transformation, there isn't a shot clock or a counter for that. Period. This true discipline, true consistency. And if you hear background noise, there is an abundance of rain in the area. Showers. Guys, true discipline, true consistency. You don't have to count that. Once again, it's accountability. When you are accountable for your actions, you don't count that. You charge it to the game. It's a charge. Like a credit card. Charge it to the game and you move on. That's it. I messed up my streak. I was on a 30-day streak. Nah, man. We got to get out of that, because you move now with the notion that you have lost something. Benefits. Yes, you have lost energy. True indeed. But the consistency of continuing to go. If your consistency being on can match out, you keep on falling back into the pit, then you'll eventually catch on to a certain flow. And it will carry you forth into a longer streak. All right? Don't get too caught up in the counting of days, the benchmarks and stuff like that. Once again, I can't harp on this enough before I end this off. If you are out there, you are new to this. All right? The goal setting the benchmark. That's how I started. All right? To test yourself, to test the waters. We're weak at that beginning start. All right? So yes, we have to set goals for ourselves to reach. But then as you progress, and some of us take longer than others. It just all depends on the person, how much damage you have done, and how addicted you are to whatever it is that has you releasing or on a relapse. Once when you're on a true path of discipline and consistency, days don't matter. It's your life now. Chest up, head high. This is who you is, unapologetically. Well, all that said, gentlemen, I'll leave y'all with that, with love and peace.